Good afternoon, everybody. Thought I'd just put another quick one together today. I don't think I'll get around to doing one tonight. This one's specifically about signs in the heavens. Now, we've had some unusual reports about an incoming solar wave, a pulse of energy or radiation that's impacting our solar system and is causing some effects on the sun. Now, the very unusual thing about this one is that big events tend to be hidden. I think we're pretty well aware of that. You can't trust the media. It's that simple. They're a bunch of scum. Nothing short of scum. Maybe not the people that work, in the lower echelons, but certainly the people that own these companies and control them. They're just scum. They're in on the plan. They feed out information based on what they're allowed to feed out, or more likely what they're paid to feed out, and we don't get the truth. It's that simple. Ignore the media, the mainstream media. However, events obviously do occur from time to time that they can't cover up. And this one's an unusual one because I found, searching online 2 or 3 days ago, some references to it. I followed those leads and then found channels like Pastor Paul Begley and Mike from around the world that had obviously knew something about this prior to me finding it out about 3 or 4 days ago. So I followed that lead, and it's come up with some unusual and very interesting information. First of all, this event clearly has been known but has been hidden, so that tells you something to start with. There was a release from the space, I think it was called the Space and Oceanic something or other in America. They have an acronym or a name for everything, but NASA minus the T. That's a good one. We all know what that means, don't we? T minus, 10, 9, 8. They tell us these things, and it's only with an element of hindsight or revelation that we understand what they mean. So this has been hidden. We have had it impact the heliosphere. That has had an effect today on the sun. We've popped off an X-class flare. I think it was a 1.1 or a 1.2. And according to the research that I'm following, we can expect events, and not necessarily ones that are going to be earth-shattering events, but we will see some things occur over the next 72 odd hours, is from what I can gather. Now, if you have a look at the little intro to the video, I put up some, you'll have to pause to read them, but I put up from Bible Gateway a few verses where it references signs in the heavens or signs in the sky. Now, in all occurrences that I can find, the references are to creation, signs as in day-night, signs and planetary bodies, etc., for times and seasons and events, or for very significant warnings. So that phrase, signs in heaven, it's not bandied about in the Bible very much, and every time it is, it's something very significant. So I would suspect that the signs that we are going to see in the heaven, according to the Bible, will probably be significant ones. Ergo, they'll probably be covered up. So we've had some revealing today from that scientific body saying to expect expect particles inbound. They sort of couched it all very carefully, made it sound safe, but at the same time gave us all the indications that could be a pretty nasty event. I don't suspect this one will be. According to Mike from around the world, we're looking at, I think, 17 or 7 more possible waves coming in. each one becoming more dangerous or damaging. Now this process, if any of these waves, if today's wave or the one that sort of hits and causes its issues for the next 72 hours, if any of these waves are going to cause an issue, there is no stopping them. So if this has been sent by God, I would imagine it's going to happen, and it's going to happen fairly soon. The thing that makes me a little bit suspicious about this is how it has been covered up, how no other sites anywhere have mentioned it, and all of a sudden today, on the very day it was meant to arrive, according to the research I did, it has arrived, and there is some small disclosure. Usually small disclosure is designed to prevent panic amongst the populace, so that's a bit of a concern. So it's a watch. We need to see what's going to happen. I suspect we'll probably get a real uptick in aurora activity. I'm going to have a look outside tonight. It's fairly clear, although I'm in an area that doesn't typically see auroras. Well, we do, but not often. Recently we have been, though, which is also unusual. Anyway, I'd suggest everybody watches. Jump on Pastor Paul Begley and have a look. I think he's probably the only channel you really need to look to. There are a couple of other channels that mention this, but Paul has gone into specific detail about what's going on. I watched a live stream today. It seemed to go for hours. Where he's interviewing Mike again, and this man seems very, very certain. And now I was suspicious yesterday when I heard about this, so I thought, well, I don't have too long to wait to find out whether there's any relevance to it. And then today we get X-class flares popping off and all sorts of other channels starting to say some unusual stuff starting to occur with the sun. The recent Paul Begley interview of Mike is a very good one. I suggest you watch it. What it all means, I have absolutely no idea. So I'm not saying it means anything. But I do know we're meant to look for signs in the heavens. And if you search those phrases in the Bible, they are fairly significant things to be considering. They're all about, either creation or signs of the end times, or God telling us not to fear the signs in the heavens like others will. So maybe this is the start of some of our wake-up calls. Perhaps we're going to begin to see things soon. We still have that convergence of timelines sort of occurring at the moment. I don't know whether that means anything or not, possibly not. Nothing's really meant a whole lot so far, let's face it. Even Man-Child Ministries' latest video was a bit of an apologetic one. We seem to have had a lot of really zealous watchmen out there watching and posting and watching and posting, and I find a lot of them making apologetic videos right now. I don't know what that means either. Perhaps that is the sign that no man will know the hour. Perhaps we're closer than we think. Bear in mind, there's a time limit to all this. So with every single day that passes, we're a day closer, and that end point isn't very far away. Therefore, the starting events must be going to occur soon. I just encourage everybody to continue to try and get close to Jesus, because I'm having a real struggle with that at the moment. I don't know what that means. Maybe it's just me. I've got no idea. There's that much rubbish flying around in my life at the moment. It's hard to separate emotions from reality, from dreamt up stuff. It's crazy. Anyway, I know a lot of you guys are feeling exactly the same. I think we just need to be totally honest with each other and just really support each other at the moment. Anyway, I'll finish with saying for all those that may be watching that aren't saved, we are in perilous times. There is no doubt about that. You only have to have a look at the world to know that that's true, as in the military situation in the world. You don't even need to look past that to see that bad things are ahead, let alone all the other things that Revelation talks about. And these things are happening right now. Prophecies are being ticked off as confirmed and complete right now. My suggestion is you get right with God. To do that, the book of Romans tells us we need to confess with our mouth that Jesus is Lord and accept that we are sinners and separate from God. Believe in our heart that God raised him from the dead to cover our sins on the third day, and you are saved. It's the heart thing you've got to get right. That's the hard part. The belief thing, I'm hoping that some of the evidences that I'm showing here, although a lot of it recycled, but some of it not so recycled, some of it from my own perspective and points of view. I'm hoping some of that will provide the evidence so that you can believe. It's still a hard road, and I don't have all the answers. I'm doing it tough, so I suspect everybody else is. I think we're all up that creek without a paddle at the moment to some degree or another. We just got to continue to press in, keep watching, keep encouraging each other. Hopefully we'll be there soon. God bless.